Curtis Ellis, back with us now, former Trump campaign advisor on the issue of trade. Curtis, welcome back. Look, it doesn't look to me, it looks to me like we will impose tariffs on China on Friday. You going to take me on?
Unless China gets smart, they're going to get hit with some tariffs.
Yeah.
President Trump is not backing down. President Trump is serious. He has taken on China. For the first time in 30 years, we have a real negotiator willing to do the tough talk and the tough walk. Because China has never lived up to its promises since joining the World Trade Organization. And that's exactly what spurred this latest round of tariff talk, if you will, is that they have reneged on the agreements that they've been negotiating for the last 3 months. Remember, these 25% tariffs were supposed to take effect January 1st. Right. We postponed them till March 1st. We postponed them again because talks were going well. Progress was being made. Now they're backtracking on everything they told Robert Lighthizer, our trade representative. This is not a crew you want to mess with, Lighthizer and Trump. They're serious.
It seems to me that there will be tariffs imposed on Friday, because it's only, what, 3 or 4 days away, that's it.
That's right.
And I'm beginning to wonder if there will be any trade deal at all, because President Trump's not going to back away, and the Chinese cannot afford to go with the suggestions of the Trump administration. It would ruin their economy.
That's right.
I don't think there's a deal here.
Their economy is based on theft and espionage and subsidies. These things are incompatible with our system of the Western industrial democracies. The Europeans realize it. We realize it. Everybody but a few people that are making money selling Chinese IPOs realize it. That we cannot sustain our country, our economy, our future if we allow China to continue the way it's been going. Now, perhaps there's some reformers that are willing to rise up in China and straighten that situation out. But the Communist Party of China would be the big losers.
We have Joe Biden is saying that Mr. Trump is wrong. And that China is not a threat. I mean, you saw the soundbite. I won't run it again, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
This is amazing. Joe Biden falls into the category of Upton Sinclair said, you can't get a man to understand something if his salary depends on not understanding it.
That's good. I remember that.
Hunter Biden, Joe's son, traveled with him on Air Force Two to Beijing when he was vice president. 10 days later, Hunter Biden gets $1 billion from the Bank of China in his private equity investment fund. And then they start making investments on behalf of Chinese military contractors. And Biden's son's investment company is invested in one of the surveillance technologies that's being used to oppress the Uyghurs in Western China. I mean, talk about conflict of interest. None dare call it collusion. I mean, and this guy, he doesn't know who the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is, and he says China's not a competitor. I mean, I'm afraid old Joe's past his due date. This guy ain't Sleepy Joe. He's Rip Van Winkle Joe.
Well, that's strong stuff there, Curtis Ellis. But it is intriguing. It is intriguing. I mean, Charles Schumer, Senator Schumer, he came right out and said, hang in tough there, Mr. President. Right. The direct opposite of what another Democrat, Joe Biden, is saying. I mean, I can't explain that.
I got to give Chuck a lot of credit. I stood on a stage with him in 2005 calling for China to be labeled a currency manipulator. He has no illusions about the threat that China poses.
Curtis Ellis, good stuff. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
Always appreciate it. Okay, it's that time on a, what day is it? Tuesday.